then you hit, then what? Halfway up, hit, then pull. Okay, halfway up, hit, pull. Halfway up, hit, pull. Try it. We can work this on the arm a couple of ways. Of course, you know, you've seen these kind of, the tug back a little bit. There you go. so you feel this, right? So you can use these for all of your ways to, you know, to try and change over and get different positions. We use this a lot. We're going to do this on the serval change. We like to try and pull here. Let's turn. Now, one thing about this pull, if you pull and go here and you go here to try and get behind like most arm drag people do, it's problematic. You already been encountered that. So if I'm here, what's he going to do? He just gets over here and does it. Or if I'm leading him, he'll just lift up and come around and get me here, see? So what has to get done, when you're here, instead of trying to step here, you're going to do this. When you do the turning in, and he wants to go and lift and come around, see, I can get mine too, see? Because my center is on him. If I come and turn this way, my center's here, he turns onto me, I'm lost, okay? So when you do this, you'll see when we walk the circle, you'll toe in and cut around. You must establish, if you're going to use this arm drag, you should establish your center here, like this. See that? And then if he wants to come up, step, yeah, then I can use my a single palm change, and then he's just delivered himself to me too. So what I'm going to have you do, we're going to do like just a rotational exercise to work this. So you want to be here. You're going to turn in and do one. When you do this, he's going to stick his hand up. Yeah, here. And you're going to do it again. And then you're going to do it again. Okay? And just be nice and lead him through. You can lead him through and get the chin lock that like we just showed. You can lead him partway through and bicep bump him. You can lead him through and do this. And he would have a chance to walk out of this and come around and do the same thing to you. But I just want you to practice it. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get to do this thing a couple of times. And I'll even add one more for you, Ron. We'll go ahead and crisscross. So if I come in here and we create a lock, which we're going to do at the very end too, or create a, you know, some force, we're going to come through and do it once here, once here, once here, and once here. So you would get a 4-way practice of this idea, and it'd be a little bit big each time. It might be fairly large here, might be fairly tight, okay? I'm just going to push this over here. I can still do it here too, sorry. Right. I could use this down here and do these kind of changes, which is just like a big teacup motion. Yeah, like this. See, so that depends on where you push it. When you come here, if he pushes this a little too far here, notice he has the same position too. See how symmetrical it is? So if he wants to get a key lock on me or something, then I may have to sink and do some other things. So if it does, you can put your key lock on. But see that? So then all of a sudden now I'm in a loss. Now if you see This is a little bit of
classic
counter for that. So when he's going down here, I give him my elbow and I point this at him. Okay? So you'll see these kind of things in my Anyway, I'm getting off the track. We want to do this. We want to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we teach Baguazhang, we teach some basic palm changing like this, or circle walking. And then we do basic drills. That's not combat yet, but those drills are important because they can emerge in combat at some point. You don't know if Cassie's here, and we do this all the time, you know, like that thing that Sensei was doing, you know, when we came here. I can also just bring this in. Okay? So a lot of times you can just tap it, you want to block that. So, pop, and then you're right in, and you guys do this. You do an over thing, you cut in and you hook again. It's the same kind of movement. But what we're doing is using a little bit of open palm, and we're extending the figure 8 a little bit. So when we come in and hit, we're doing this. You don't want to do this. Okay? There's a reason for that, and you do it later. You want to come in here. When you do this, this is the standing up part. And then you can hit again and do other things to the person, right? But you need to be able to train that. So we're just doing this as like a four part. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she's returning. If I'm coming in to do this, and she wants to press down on this too, let's see, I just come up and do this again, right? So here, I have this, I'm piercing in, and she wants to block. I can pass it here, and then one. This is the key lock form. Okay, so I've actually held this in here. She can do her key lock. I can try to escape from the key lock, right? Or I can try and get her in my key lock, which is going down a little bit further. So what you do here, 1, 2. See, it's just a little bit different way to try and change the palm. Right, you're here, you want to come in and pierce, then you just come here, and here,
Same.
and here. And again, as you do that, you need to be turning your center in. All right, see, block this here. If I did get Cassie in here and I start doing this, probably the only thing I have is a bicep bump on here. But I learned from my exercise how to create body space. And in making those body undulations, that's just this. Doing it with the body, it creates space. Well, I didn't have to back off and create space. I didn't have to move my feet to create space. I let the coiling action that I've been training create the space so that now I can get out of the way, but I'm still here. Right? So you learn not only how to get your hands out of the way and not confuse them, you learn how to get your body out of the way, but without having to displace it. So this is an important thing. And all of that has to do with these undulatory type movements I'm telling you about. See? So walking this circle with it's called the snake form and the snake chain. All right. Everybody doing good? Okay, get this up this way. Don't cram this in here. Get it up a little bit. The thumb should be right above the head a little bit. But the elbow is leading. And this one is in the center. All right, so put your inside foot forward. Okay. Get yourself settled. Nice and comfortable. Shift your weight. As you hook your foot, turn this. As this pierces out the back, set your foot out. Bring this up here and pierce with this one and start walking. So we change time. And we're doing this now with a little bit of footwork and we're learning the walking, the pacing, so you don't have to get stuck in your stance. Inside foot. Okay. Shift your weight. Begin to curl. Let your foot catch up. Okay. Shift your weight to your right and pierce out the back and open your foot. Lift this up towards your forehead and pierce underneath. Do a turning action. Come to the chicken step and walk. In here. In here. So this is a part of your shin. You want to focus. Put your focus in the center of the line. So this is a turn. You can do this a lot of ways. You can see this is using it here. You know, if I wanted to repeat that Cote, it'd be very easy to do that with this technique. I have this kind of a grab here, and as Robbie wants a punch, here's this. See? So, this is this part. As soon as you come here, here's the toe in, and here's the movement. Right? It'll come back out. If you want to stop it right there. Of course, you can keep going with 15 other hits too, which I think is excellent practice. But just for this simple one, what I would have you do is you're kind of walking the circle. You're going to put a hand out. And what you're going to do is drop this down, and you're going to catch the arm drag. Now what you want to do is opposite hand and foot. When you catch this, you need to toe in. Remember, if you don't, Robbie, or do the single punch, you know, just lift that. Yeah, that's what happens if you step with the wrong foot and your center ends up here. So you want to make sure you can do this one here. All right, when you deliver this, make sure it goes under the arm. What you're going to do is you're going to toe in with this, and you're going to hook this right into his face, this part here, in the camera. So, one, okay, here, 2, 3. So a couple of things, you can make contact, and then this part here is coming and piercing through. So now you see this structure being used here to capture his chin in a neck lock. And if you can't quite see it, but I'm pushing down on his hip. Okay. And if I do this and take a step backwards, it's going to drop him. So you want to be careful here. And we've done this kind of thing here, turned in and hooked. We come here and that other hand goes up. And so you need this one. And now you're back in the Uchino Kata bicep bump, coming here, threading through here, because now you have the head. So when you practice this, it's not just this, also this, same kind of thing. And you can now change from doing some long function on the extremities, which are good to practice with, to something that's a little more dangerous and convincing on the head and neck area. So just one more time. 1, 2. You can still keep a little check on this, right? 3, 4, 5. And this you can walk with all day. I'm not going to do it because it really hurts. But you start walking with that, and he's kind of doing this. So I'm walking this way on him. Watch what happens when I cup and turn in and roll this way. Okay. Now when we practice that, I usually do it on somebody's shoulders, but you can just see the effect of that. While you're walking, your whole body weight is turning, fixing, changing, pushing off. This is why you do the change.